The other day, I posted a video on why we all need a budget. If you haven't watched that video, watch that first because you need to understand the why before the how. If you don't know why you need a budget, then you're not going to do a budget. So this video is pointless unless you're motivated to do a budget. And we spoke about the benefits of doing a budget and the benefits of not doing a budget. And obviously, once we understand the benefits of doing a budget, we're motivated to do so. So today I want to give you some tips on how to do a budget effectively. I think for if you've done a budget before and you failed at it, it's because you didn't do it right. I know I did a budget before, and as mentioned before, I did the budget. My wife broke it. That was my joke, but it was really my fault because I didn't set the pace. I didn't really set it the right way, and I set it up for failure. So I'm going to share some tips on how to do an effective budget. The first thing you need to know is if you're married, there's typically a saver and a spender. If you're the spender, you're not going to be motivated to do the budget. You just don't like the process. You're not going to do it. And if you're the saver, that person tends to be the person that's going to start the budget. Not saying that the spender has no input into the budget, but they're going to start the process and start building in the budget. So what you need to do is itemize all your expenses. There's plenty of templates online that you can just Google and search for budgets, and you can use that as a template. If you message me, I'll send you my template, which has all the categories and actually has some added features that I like on the budget, which I don't see in other budgets. So send me a message if you need a budget, and I'll just send me your email address and I'll send it to you. So once you decided that who's a saver, who's a spender, the saver is going to when it's going to start it. You're going to itemize all your expenses, and what you're going to do is take your net income and spend it to zero. What I mean by that is that you're going to, start with the giving and then go down into each category, your rent, your mortgage, and you're going to go down to the bottom number, and the bottom number needs to be zero. And what I mean by that is you need to save a portion and be intentional on your savings. So your savings is actually going to be part of your budget. Your retirement planning is going to be part of your budget. If it's not taken out automatically at your paycheck. Your emergency fund is going to be part of your budget. Your college planning is going to be part of your budget. So all your money has to go, whether you're saving it or spending it, and that bottom number has to add down to zero. Once your budget is complete by the spender, by the saver, you're going to take your budget to the spender, and the spender is going to review the budget with you, and you're going to go line by line. Now, allow the spender to share or change the budget. As long as everything adds down to zero, you can change it. So, for example, if you're budgeting for restaurants and you're going to budget, let's say $100 a week on eating out on the weekend, and that's your budget, and your spouse goes, well, that's not enough, we eat out more than that, or I don't think it's reasonable. If you increase that category to, let's say, 150, then the $50 has to come from somewhere else. There's no way around it. You have to come down to zero and be intentional on where your money's going. Now, once you're in agreement with the budget and you're both on the same page and you're going to commit to it, some of the things that you can do to keep yourself accountable to the budget is using what we call the cash envelope system. And the way the cash envelope system works is you're gonna decide which categories you can pay cash. And some of you are like, what? Pay cash? I haven't used cash in years. It's so easy to use a debit card, so easy to use a credit card, so easy to just swipe or use your mobile device. The problem is that because it's so easy to swipe and so easy to tap your phone to make a payment, it's so easy to overspend. So if you're having trouble sticking to your budget, one thing that I suggest is using the cash envelope system. The way the cash envelope system works is you're going to choose the categories that you can use cash and actually stuff envelopes. So every time you get paid, whether it's weekly or bi-weekly, you're going to stuff these envelopes. Some of the categories that me and my wife use for the cash envelope system is groceries, dry cleaning, restaurants. We pay our kids commissions through envelope system, entertainment, to name a few. So you can be creative with this. If it's overwhelming for you, start with one envelope. Start with one envelope, see how that works. If you want to use it just for gas or restaurants or lunch money, have that envelope and see how that works for a week or two. And once the money's gone, so you can't overspend. And if you see yourself having to use your debit card because you spent all your money, then you need to have a meeting again and realize, come up with a new number for that budget or category, or figure out how not to overspend. Now, if you break the budget, so you do a budget and then all of a sudden you see your wife or your husband breaks the budget, or you break the budget, you have to have an emergency meeting, and you come together again with your spouse, and you sit down and say, all right, well, listen, this broke. What happened? Why did we overspend? And how can we prevent it moving forward? If the budget wasn't realistic, then maybe you need to increase that category and decrease another. Ultimately, you have to sacrifice something. No longer can you just spend freely and not be intentional about where your money is going. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to inbox me. And again, if you need the budget, I'll send it to you. Just send me your email address through DM, and I'll send it right back to you.